Hi Scorpio, welcome to your week ahead reading. I hope you've had a fabulous week. This is for week commencing the 8th of September, and we're starting off with, this is the Sacred Creators Oracle deck. 2 cards, oh there we go, they both want to come out. Okay, your past supports your future. Your past supports your future. These are very basic messages on these cards, and if you've been following me for a while, you know I like simple pimple. And your creator energy is earth. So straight away, I feel like the message here for next week is, get grounded, go back to nature, do basic things again. Have you gone a little bit off the rails? Draw it back in again and get back to basics. And your past supports your future. I just feel like, if you've had a troubled past recently, if you've been through a little bit of, up and down times, then it's like lessons to be learned from that. Take that through as a positive into the future. But let's see what the tarot says. And whatever your interpretation is of that, and in fact, that's number 11 too. Yeah. Anyway, let's get on. Ace of Wands just popped out there, but we haven't started yet. So dear Spirit Guides and Angels, please join me in this reading for Scorpio. Okay, 2 of Wands. And make it helpful, hopeful, and healing. Now, before people write and say, you should take those cards, I take them if it feels right. I take them, and if I don't take them, then my theory is they will come again if they're meant to. Anyway, focus please, and thank you for Scorpio. Thank you. Oh, I love that. Page of Cups. Opportunity is the Death card. Your challenge just is the Fool. Wow, 2 very powerful cards. What's bubbling under the surface for Scorpio, please, and thank you. 7 of Cups. And then your advice and outcome, please, and thank you for Scorpio. We have 7 of Wands. So the Page of Cups is your focus for next week. Now, the Page of Cups is very much dreamy energy. It's like, oh, I've got this idea, I need to pursue it. Or, maybe you've had an idea for a while and it's like, no, I can't do it yet. Well, next week, they want you to focus on what are your dreams. You can have these, this is very Piscean energy, very like creative, and believing that it can happen too. Page of Cups is also about emotions. Maybe, things have been a little bit up and down lately. Perhaps you need to have a little bit more stability around you next week, or that's coming in. I think it's more dare to dream, because you've got the death and rebirth here as an opportunity. So there's something coming in that there's an opportunity for you to put an end to because it's gone on for long enough. Something's got to stop in order for you to get into this energy, this Page of Cups energy. You've got the Fool as your challenge. Now, the Fool is the card, as you know, it's the card of new beginnings. It's the card of taking a leap of faith, but it's also the card of wiping the slate clean and starting again. So as a challenge, there's something blocking you from doing that. And I just think it's because you're not in the Page of Cups energy. There's a lack of self-belief maybe for you, Scorpio, that has been going on. And next week it's like, right, come on, let's get this show on the road. The 7 of Cups, look, is what bubbling under the surface. So you can see he's like thinking about all these choices. What shall I do? Shall I do this? Should I do that? But at least you're thinking about it. At least you know that the choices and the options are there for you. Now, the reason that you might be procrastinating is that, those cups, when you decides which one to go for in the end, it might have an impact on somebody else's emotions. So maybe, there's other people involved here that's perhaps what is bubbling under the surface for you, thinking, well, oh my gosh, if I do that, then that's going to affect X, Y, Z, or they're going to be upset with me. I don't know, it could be along those lines. The 7 of Wands is your advice and outcome, though. And what they're saying is, Scorpio, stick to your guns, though. Make sure that, she's sat there in her power. She's not taking any crap there. She's like, no, I'm determined to stick to what I mean, to stick to what I say, to stick to my goals. She's got 5 or 6 wands there that are trying to, I think, for me, I read this card, they're trying to knock her off her perch. And it's like, no, absolutely not. Not going there. Off you jolly well go. Anyway, let's have a look. Why have we got the Page of Cups? Very dreamy, as I say. Lovely, even like opportunity energy. Because once you believe, I don't know, it's what my mum used to say about Father Christmas. If you don't believe, you don't receive. And that's basically the same thing, isn't it? Bit of blackmail going on there as well with my mother. Anyway, let's have a look. Page of Cups. Why are you here? Eight of Wands. There we go. Look, it's like saying get into this dreamy energy. Whatever your aspirations are, do something about it, because the Eight of Wands is coming in. The Eight of Wands is fast communication regarding this opportunity or whatever this dream is or this energy that you're in. Once you start getting in that, everything aligns for you. And that's basically the rules of the universe, isn't it? And the Eight of Wands comes in when you are in that energy, and then you'll find things start happening. You know, you'll get those phone calls, or you'll be making those phone calls, or even just making little baby steps towards, you know, having a look at what this could be. Let's do another one on that Eight of Wands. It's an 8, so it's abundance. I love this. You could be getting communication about an idea that you've been mulling over in your head. Let's have a look. What else do we have? There are too many. I just want the one, please, and thank you. There we go. Oh my gosh, that's what just fell out. See, this is exactly what I mean. That fell out with another card. This card fell out and came back in, put it back in. It didn't feel right. It's come out again. So this is when I know it's right. Five of Wands. Yes, right, Scorpio. Now, the Five of Wands as a focus. Usually, you know, this is the card of people being egotistical around you, being very driven, but not driving their energy towards positivity. They're just very competitive. But as a focus, that's exactly what they want you to do. Get back in the race. Look at how other people are doing. If you've got this idea and what's stopping you, just do a little bit of research. Go and see what the competition are up to. Really, really helps. And I'll give an example. When I first started this channel, the first thing my mindset went to was, oh my gosh, there are thousands of tarot card readers. What on earth makes me think that I can do this too? Because, and then the other side of me thought, well, hang on a minute, if there are so many, then there's room for everybody. And then I started to look at, what do I like about that tarot card reader and what do I not like about that tarot card reader? And then I started to develop my own style, if you like, based on what I like and what I don't like. And I just feel like this is what they're asking you to do next week, Scorpio. Have a look at what really ticks and floats your boat, and have a look at how other people are doing it. Can you do it? Of course you can. Death and rebirth, yeah. So you've got to put an end to something in order for this to come through. Death and rebirth, why are you here for Scorpio? Do you know what? I just knew you were going to get a queen here, because I had a mum in my mind. Okay, Queen of Swords. As an opportunity, this is you being forthright, putting your foot down, not mincing your words, and telling people as it is. Because that's exactly what the Queen of Swords does. She looks forward, she doesn't look back. It's like you need to perhaps get into this energy of being, just like saying it as it is. Not bringing any emotion into it. There's something that needs to end in order for you to come through. She's very assertive, the Queen of Swords too. As a person, if you're dealing with the Queen of Swords at work, maybe you're clashing a little bit, and that's what the competition might be. In that case, this still needs to come to a head. This still needs to be discussed. And again, you still need to be in the Queen of Swords mode for that. She also rises above things and she sets boundaries, Scorpio, because she doesn't let people do that to her again. She uses her sword to cut ties with those that she thinks, nah, this is enough's enough. And maybe again with this Five of Wands, maybe these are work colleagues around you too. For some of you that are just like, nah, I'm not saying you've got to leave your job because of it, but certainly look at other alternatives and look at who you're surrounding yourself with and how are they impacting your life. Being a water sign, you do have to be very careful who you surround yourself with. The Fool is your challenge, and I just feel like you want to wipe the slate clean. You want to do something afresh. What's stopping you? The Emperor. Very, very strong energy, the Emperor. Now, the Emperor as a challenge can be that you possibly dealing with somebody, and I love how he's side-eyeing that Queen of Swords, because tell you what, the Emperor versus the Queen of Swords would be a very interesting conversation. Anyway, the Emperor is his way or the highway. He doesn't like change. He's the daddy of the deck. He's the king of the kings. He's very high up, and he's ready for battle. He's very protective of his family and his colleagues and everybody around him, but that's because he likes to be in control of them as well. And sometimes that can be a little bit that can blur the lines of love and care against control and manipulation. So I don't know if you've got somebody around you that's who you're dealing with and you just want to like wipe the slate clean of their energy. Often attributed to Aries, the Emperor. Now, the Seven of Cups is what's bubbling under the surface, and it's like you're procrastinating a little bit over ideas and options that possibly you have. Let's have a look. Why do we have that? We have the Eight of Cups. My gosh, yeah. This is like, yeah, you know that you need to leave something. You know somebody or something isn't ticking that heart chakra, and you need to leave it behind, go off and do your thing. But I truly believe that Seven of Cups, why you haven't made that decision yet, is because it affects others. But by doing your research up here, looking at, reflecting on these Five of Wands, the Eight of Wands, I feel that's going to really help you make a decision. In the meantime, they want you to stick to your guns. Seven of Wands. And do not let the naysayers talk you out of anything. Try and poke you off your perch. Seven of Wands, why are you here, please? And thank you for Scorpio. Clarified by good old Knight of Pentacles. Slow and steady wins the race. Knight of Pentacles is about long-term plans too. So whatever this is, I feel like you are looking at this as a long-term issue. Something that whatever you go to do next, you're going to be really committed to because the Knight of Pentacles is the only knight in the deck that doesn't move. He stood still, and there's a reason for that because he likes to have everything in place before he progresses. He likes to have all the plans in place first before he makes any announcements. And maybe that's why the Seven of Cups is in, you're still procrastinating. You're waiting for other information to come through and things to happen. But don't wait too long, I will just say to that. Don't try and perfect something. Wait, because then we can miss the opportunity too. Do you see what I mean? It's like we do need to take this leap of faith sometimes, just to think, right, this has gone on for long enough. I've got to do it now. Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady wins the race. But again, this is about you feeling grounded. And that's what it says there, isn't it? Your creator energy next week is Earth. That's your advice. Stick to your guns. Look at the plans in the long term. Have you got to do some other things before this Eight of Wands comes in? And maybe that is your Eight of Wands. It's them pushing you, saying, come on, make those phone calls and look at that, do whatever you need to do to communicate with somebody about this. Okay, let's finish with a Rose Oracle. These are the most beautiful. I know I say it about every deck, but they are gorgeous. And they're my very first Oracle deck that I bought. And you have held sureness of the soil. There we go. There's your earth element again. Unseen help, support, and community. So in fact, what this is saying is that unseen help, I think sometimes because we're not in the energy of feeling positive about something, we miss the snags from the universe, if you like, but they've got your back. They've always got your back. Support and community. You are surrounded by those that love and support you. Look, oh my gosh, she's like curled up in like a little baby. And there's just somebody above her, just cradling her, just knowing that you have somebody definitely looking out for your back there, Scorpio. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. It was a lovely reading, really beautiful reading. Let me know how it resonates. Have a fabulous week. And thanks as always for being here. And I'll see you next week. Take care.